Tell you what, 3 straight road blowouts. Mountain West Conference is tough. Add into the equation, this is not the same San Diego basketball team that the state showed us a year ago or in years gone by. Um, I think what happened at Colorado State, much like what happened at Boise, much what happened at New Mexico, is a byproduct of a really competitive conference, John. I also think it's a statement of the shortcomings on this Aztecs basketball team. You got the bad blowouts, 3 straight bad blowouts on network TV. I hate to be critical. These are college kids, and that coach has been unbelievably successful. But this might be the most unimpressive 16-5 basketball team I have ever seen. There's no consistency to the team game. There's no rebounding in stretches of time. The outside shooting has been unbelievably inconsistent. Where's the rebounding? Where's the defense in the paint? There's just a myriad of things that are not right with Aztec basketball. And what really alarms me, aside from their shortcomings collectively, they as a team have not improved. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, we still have half a season in the Mountain West Conference, and we got the tournament games to be played. Jaedon LeDee, he goes through these spells where they take him out of the game. I don't think it's as much on LeDee, who I think is one of the best players on the West Coast, as it is what's not happening around Jaedon LeDee. But you can't have your star go 1 basket in 11 minutes, 1 basket in 19 minutes, 1 basket in 29 minutes, or no baskets for an entire half. Just can't happen. They don't have a legitimate 5. They don't have a legitimate Nathan Mensah post player where they could move LeDee to power forward, where I think he would really excel. And because he's playing high post or he has to play down on the block, they're doubling him. They're tripling him. And they're daring anybody out on the perimeter at San Diego State, go ahead, hit a shot. We're going to take him out of the flow of the offense. And it's happened an awful lot, and especially during these 3 blowout losses on the road. The veteran guards, I thought, would carry this team. And in flashes, we have seen what Trammell can do. And obviously, in flashes, what we've seen the other guards to do, including Reese Waters, who's had stretches. But they've just been streaky. They've been really, really inconsistent. And part of it's got to do with injuries, Lamont Butler, illness, Trammell, etc. Waters getting hurt. They're just not picked it up. I'm kind of disappointed in Micah Parrish at this point of his career. Second half of last season, he played really well in terms of defense and in terms of stroking outside shots. Have not seen that at all. I mean, when in modern times, in the Brian Dutcher era, would you ever see an Aztec team get outscored 11-0, 14-0, 17-4 as they did at Colorado? It's just not the same team. And defensively, there is no rim protector. They gave up 30 points in the paint at Colorado State. You can use the explanation, don't make this an excuse, altitude, and I would buy into that, but not this last loss. They were off for a whole week. It's not like they were fatigued getting off one flight to get on another flight to go back and play in the out. They had a week to prepare and a week to get ready. I don't want to hear about fatigue. That's part of the Mountain West. So, and we saw something we'd never seen before, aside from really bad stretches of basketball. We saw the meltdown of Brian Dutcher, the screaming and the slamming of the clipboard and all that to try to re-deliver the message to San Diego State. Season over? No, not at all. But I'm really disappointed because I've not seen the improvement around a legitimate first-round draft pick, Jaedon LeDee, and that's on those players. So they got half a schedule to fix it, have a bunch of home games here to be played, and they'll pay back some of these guys that beat their brains out on the road. And we'll get the Mountain West Conference tournament, which will be on neutral floor, which will be a bigger benefit than playing in Fort Collins or Laramie or Boise or down in the pit in Albuquerque. So you tell me, am I right or am I wrong? This is the most unimpressive 16-5 team we've seen in a long time.
That's not unimpressive. I mean, Reese Waters has got a great stroke. Like you say, it's just inconsistent, you know, and I watch LeDee and I think he's like a tick too slow. He gets the ball and he immediately gets double, triple teamed. And sometimes he brings the ball down and then he gets mugged, you know, or he brings the ball around and then he's surrounded. He doesn't get the foul calls, but still he's got to get the ball and distribute it quickly. Who else? Elijah Saunders. sometimes you kind of wonder, why is he out there? And it seemed like Jay Powell was in the doghouse in the last game. He wasn't on the floor very much in the second half at all. So, Dutcher was rightfully, PO'd at his team because they just weren't playing defense, and they are continuing to get out-muscled, out-hustled, out-Aztec'd by all these other Mountain West teams.
There's no Nathan Mensah in the paint. There's no rim protector, and that changes the equation. Do you think if they went big man by committee and put LeDee out at the 4, which would give him more space to put it on the floor and go to the basket or pull up and take jumpers that he can hit, do you think they'd be better served, or would that kill him inside? Because then they have virtually no defense.
Well, they need to have LeDee on the 4. The problem is who's going to play the 5, because Saunders can't do it. Miles Heide has shown flashes, but he's still so young. And then who's the other guy? It's DeMarshe Johnson, who is like the last guy on the bench of the scholarship players. And he gets in there, and he always seems to be a little bit lost when he's on the court. So they don't really, yeah, you're right. They don't have a guy like that. They wish they had Mensah. And by the way, Mensah's having a nice little run in Charlotte, being a rim protector.
Did you see him shake the hands of his teammate?
Of Malachi, yeah.
But when the Hornets played the New York Knicks.
Yeah, that was sweet.
It was fascinating. Mm-hmm. But that being said, I don't know if there are any Aztec fans who want to join us on Fans Forum, but if you got an opinion about where San Diego State is right now, I'm not going to say disgusted and disappointed, but I'm surprised they have not improved. And that's a sign of good coaching and a team that's coming together. They still have time to rally it, but they got a problem in the paint at the number 5 position, which is impacting their star guy, Jaedon LeDee. Aztec fan, basketball fan, join us on Fans Forum.